This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but inside this box there is a guitar of a type that, if my memory serves me correctly, I don't think I've ever played before. So this should be interesting. Let's get the box open and get the guitar out.
Go on, lad. Way on.
Yes, indeed, a Gibson Explorer, no less. Let's get something out of the way before we go any further. This is not my guitar. It belongs to a viewer of the channel, a chap called Phil, who won this guitar in the Crimson Custom Guitars daily guitar draw. You know, that kind of thing that Ben Crow is doing to fund his guitar museum. And yeah, Phil was lucky enough to win this guitar. It is, as you can see, a Gibson Explorer in antique natural. I'll put a link to the full spec and everything for this guitar down in the description, but it basically, you know it pretty much already. Mahogany neck, set neck, mahogany body. I believe we've got a Burst Booker 2 and Burst Booker 3 pickup, three-way selector, and individual volume for each pickup and a master tone control. And it is, I can confirm, the first time I've ever played a guitar of this shape. And it's more comfortable than I was expecting. You know, it passes the balance test. Take my hands away, and there's no kind of body dive, which is kind of what I was expecting with this big wing sticking out the back here. It isn't kind of wanting to fall off that way or the other way for that matter. You know, surprisingly comfortable, and you know, really good top fret access, which I suppose one of the reasons that guitars of this design are so popular with people who like playing up the dusty end. Let's just have a few sample sounds. The guitar is, you know, impeccably set up, but then again, you know, it's been through the hands of Crimson Custom Guitars, so, you know, you would expect that. Let's have a few sample sound. We'll start off with the usual settings. The Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition on the Vintage channel for a sort of old school plexi kind of tone, and bridge pickup flat out is going to sound like this. And suddenly it feels like 1979 all over again, doesn't it? Neck pickup. We're not going to get any surprises from the tones available from this guitar, are we? But it's be fun to check them out. Let's have a little bit of a listen to the neck pickup. You know, you already know what this guitar is going to sound like. Let's roll the guitar's volume off from that rather crunchy tone, and as I suspect, we'll be able to get a nice clean tone out of it. So let's give that a go. mean, it's got that sort of very transparent, clean tone, really. I think you could use that for, the cowboy chords and stuff like this. Works a treat. And the initial impression, which is what this video is all about, really, just the first impressions. I'm going to be doing a full review of this guitar, doing all the usual stuff, weights and measures, and what it sounds like in a mix and all that. That's coming on Sunday. But initial impressions of this guitar are that it feels really, really zingy and resonant and alive. That kind of feeling that I often talk about, where you can feel the resonance of a guitar through your rib cage, even, as I always say, underneath all of the padding that's between my rib cage and the guitar. It really does feel very, very resonant and sustainful. Whether or not that is something that you think translates to the amplified tone of the guitar is a debate you can have down in the comments section. I'm not getting into that, but it is a sensation that I enjoy in a guitar, and because I like that tactile resonant sensation, it makes me play with more verve and gusto, and perhaps that is where the any perceived improvement in the sound of the guitar comes from. I don't know, but I do know that this is a much more comfortable guitar than I was thinking it was going to be. One thing that people always say is that the wing here provides a nice armrest. Well, yeah, that's not really working for me. I suppose if I was stood up and the guitar was slung a bit lower, but in its current position, that's not the case. Immaculately set up. One thing it does lack, actually, is the that slightly sticky feeling that many Gibsons have with the sort of gloss nitro finish. I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but this feels almost like a gloss poly finish, which I prefer satin all day long, but it's not a deal breaker for me. What I'm saying is that if I have to have a gloss finish, I tend to be a little bit wary of the nitro gloss finish, because it often has that sort of feeling like you need to wash your hands after you've played it, but not so with this guitar. I'm going to have some fun with this one. This is just, as I say, a short little first impressions video, and the first impressions are much better than I expected they would be. So, as I say, I'm going to have some fun with this, and I shall cook up a suitably rocktastic demo piece for the review on Sunday, so make sure you're watching then. But for now, those are my first impressions of the Gibson Explorer in antique natural finish, which was won by a lucky chap called Phil on the daily guitar draw. So congratulations, Phil. You've got a really nice guitar here, and I will be sorry to hand it back to you. But that's pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow and every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars and whatever else crops up, basically. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.